Welcome, my dear opportunity seekers, and welcome to a new episode of the Remarkable Opportunities podcast. Today, I want to dive into a really important topic because last time I spoke about letting go of past relationships, of bad habits, and I also spoke about limiting beliefs. And today I want to dive into the topic how you regain your energy, set intentional goals, and start carving out new paths after you have let go of what no longer serves you. So how do we start creating the life we want consciously, and how do we move forward? Because letting go was just the start of our journey, we now need to set clear intentions towards our goals and towards our dreams. Because there is a saying, if you want to go towards your goals and towards your dreams, you have to have a plan. You really need a plan and set clear goals. Because if you don't do, you will never come to this right road towards your goals. If you say, for example, you want to do a vacation. Okay, a vacation is nice, but where? When? And what vacation? The thing is, I always wanted to go to Nice. I dreamed about it for 3 years, but I never set a date. I never booked an Airbnb. I always watched the different pictures and also videos, but I never really got intentional with this goal. But when I started to set my clear intention that I will go there at my 30th birthday, I started to make a plan. I booked an Airbnb. I booked the flights. I started to look at the different sites. And when I was there, I was the happiest person on earth because my dream finally came true. And there I found out how important it is to define your goals and really go and take action. And the thing is, I don't know if you have heard about that, but if you take a flight from Europe to New York and you alter the route about 1%, you end up in Washington DC, and Washington DC and New York are really far away from each other, and we want to go to New York. We don't want to go to Washington DC. I mean, maybe of course the next time, but not for this time. We want to see New York. And this is why I want to share with you my transformative 4-step approach that will help you to be able to reach your dreams and stick to the end to find out what's the key of setting new goals. So let's start with the 4-step approach. First, you really need to figure out what you really want. Once you let go, you really create space for something new. And the space is a beautiful opportunity for you, a chance to fill it with things that truly align with your deepest desires. But first, you need to get clear on what those desires are. For me, it was always like that. When it came towards my personal goals, I really got scared of setting intentional goals because I didn't know what I should put on. I had those dreams in my mind, but I never knew how to approach them. For example, when it came to my university degree, I really knew I can do it because I always did a plan. I need to make this exam and this exam and this exam, this after each other, and then I knew I will get my degree. But when it came to my personal life, I never knew what to put on this list. And here both analysis, the status quo analysis and also the helicopter analysis were really a powerful tool to help me to find out what I really wanted to do with my life. And if you haven't done them already, I can link them in the bio for you because they are really so powerful if you don't know where you want to go. So if you haven't done them, I will highlight some questions for you. So you can ask yourself, what do I really want? What am I looking forward to have in my life? Not what others think you should want. What do you really desire? Is it, for example, more peace in your life, a new career, a better relationship, getting rid of your limiting beliefs? Really take some time to reflect on this step because this step is so important. And of course, be honest with yourself and don't limit yourself. Write down really everything that comes into your mind. And also, this is the time that you can dream big, really big enough. And I once got the question, Alex, how big can you dream? And I also want to encourage you that there is a saying that only the sky is the limit. So really think out of the box and be sure that really everything is possible for you. The second step is set clear and actionable goals. So once you know what you want, the next step is to turn those desires into goals. But here's the key. Your goal needs to be specific and actionable. For example, that you are saying for the next 4 weeks, I will exercise for at least 30 minutes 4 times per week, and I will change between cardio and strength training to improve my fitness and well-being. So the more specific your goal is, the easier is it to take action. So never forget to set your goals SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Also make sure that your goal is really aligned with your new values. So now that you have let go, your goals should reflect the person you are becoming. So write down these goals somewhere visible where you will be reminded of them regularly. I, for example, have a vision board where I collected all my dreams and desires and wrote down the goals afterwards and put it to another wall. And every time I'm waking up, I see my vision board, and I am so fulfilled because I know what I should do and what my purpose is. But before I started my self-development journey, I already told you that I had the problem that I couldn't set personal goals for myself. And then, and this is another tip I want to share with you, my aunt gifted me a book, and this book was about 101 productivity tips from Thomas Mangold, and this is a book I can really recommend to you if you speak German, because it's only available in German. And after I read this book, I really started and I became more productive, but I didn't become just more productive. I finally started my podcast because this book is also about procrastination. And the title says, I will, I can. And I also can recommend you his academy because it helped me a lot when I got stuck again. And it also helped me to alter my habits. So for everyone who's interested, I will share the link in the bio for you. And it's perfect for the next point because the book and the next episode helps you to point 3, and this is a really powerful step and one of the key elements for your new goals to build habits that support your goals. Because it is said that if you want to gain a new habit, it takes at least 90 days to build it. So goals are fantastic, but without consistent habits, they remain just dreams. This is why it is so important to develop daily supportive habits that support your goals. So collect all your new habits that you want to have in your life and think about, why do I want to build this new habit? What support does this is towards my goals? And also identify what is hindering you to achieve this new habit. And also work on the positive and negative feedback loops, like what positive things will happen if I do it and what negative things will happen if I don't do it. And with I don't do it, I mean that I don't bring this habit into my life. And also think about how you can add instant satisfaction to this new habit. And also think about that you will maybe find another habit that you can combine with each other. And so it's much more easier to bring this new habit into your life. And also find out how you can reduce friction that you stick to this habit. Instead of saying, no, I don't want to do this. For example, if you go back to the example of sports that, for example, you don't want to train today. And also don't forget to document the process and start small and choose 1 or 2 habits, because then you can stick to them and add more as they become part of your routine. So if your goal is to advance your career, you could dedicate 15 minutes, for example, per day to learn a new skill. Or if you want to do 100 push-ups per day, then you can use breaks, for example, when you're standing in front of your coffee machine, and then you can do 100 push-ups meanwhile the coffee is made. This always helped me when I wanted to do 100 push-ups. I always used the breaks to do them. Or when I needed a creative break, then I also did sports or danced or listened to music or went out to get a new spark. So remember, it takes time to build a new habit. And this is why my final step, number 4, is so crucial. So finally, the step 4, the second key element, is that you stay accountable. And also celebrate your progress, because it's so easy to lose motivation, especially when life starts to get busy. So make sure that you check in regularly with yourself, and you can do this, for example, with journaling, working with a coach, or even by setting reminders on your phone. For example, I always make a plan for myself for a week, and then I check everything I am doing on this day, and everything which I couldn't do, I will put on a list for the next day. But it's so satisfying to check those goals, because I knew I did it. So never forget to really celebrate also your wins. And I also never do a plan for just a week. I do it for 3 months, and then I set my goals towards it. So never forget to celebrate your wins, no matter how small they are, because that's so important. And I learned that you should celebrate your wins every 7 days. I, for example, buy myself flowers in the supermarket, or I take a longer shower, or for example, I'm doing my roof baths. I don't know if you have already seen them. Or I buy myself really amazing food, or have positive self-talk. So please remember that really every step that you are taking towards your goals is acknowledging. This keeps you motivated and also shows you how far you have already come since you have let go of what no longer serves you. So that's my 4-step action plan that should help you to set intentional goals and stay focused and disciplined, that you regain your energy and design the life you truly want. And also remember that letting go is not the end, it's just the beginning of something new, something beautiful that aligns more with your path. So now it's your turn to walk this path with a new clarity and purpose. So thank you for joining me for this episode. If you found this episode meaningful, make sure to subscribe to never miss another episode on personal development, how you explore yourself and the opportunities your life has to offer. And share this episode with someone who also might need a reminder that setting goals is often so essential, and that it can be a really important step forward. In the next episode, I want to dive deeper into the topic of productivity, because I think productivity is the key when you want to achieve your goals, that you also enhance your productivity. Therefore, I want to give you some tips and tricks I have used to work on my dreams daily, and which helped me to bring more focus into my workflow. So thank you for tuning into the Remarkable Opportunities podcast. I hope that today's episode gave you an inspiration and tools to set intentional goals and make a real progress in your life. Let's explore ourselves and the opportunities, our lives together. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to write me in the comments or via private message. All the best, your Alex. This was a new episode of the Remarkable Opportunities podcast. I hope you got a lot out of it and can use some tips and tricks in your everyday life. Support me by subscribing, liking, and/or leaving a comment. Your feedback is very welcome and helps me to spread the message of positivity, success, personal development, and possibilities of life even further. I look forward to having you join me for the next episode. Until then, never stop pursuing your dreams. All the best, your Alex.